Welcome, operatives, to Starfield, episode 31. We start this one here in Ryujin Tower, coming towards the end of the Ryujin questline, which will end during this episode. If you've missed Astra's journey up to now, you can watch a recap of the last 15 episodes I just released, or give the full series a watch. Both are linked in the description. Our mission is to persuade all of these board members with a blue marker above them to abandon rolling out the internal neuroamp to the public, and have them agree that Ularu should replace Masako as CEO, after framing Masako for the recent events of last episode. Hey, Vina.
How's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
Oh, Great Serpent, they're not side effects you didn't tell me about, are they?
What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical.
Okay then. My health doesn't matter anyway. I can't really die, so...
Oh, at least tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
I love using it, but you're not going to like this. There's no way any member of the public should be allowed to acquire one. Ever.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting. You'd best agree with me, or I'll have to tickle you.
Fine. This conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Yes, I agree. Starfield is definitely far from perfect.
So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity LTD be?
I'm glad you brought it up. What's your opinion on that?
I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't.
Good, because you should vote with me against acquiring them.
Wow, you're no fun. I know Masako will be pushing for the acquisition.
Yes, she will. Which brings me to my next point. Masako shouldn't be making those decisions anymore. It should be Ularu.
I still can't get over everything that's happening. But you're right. Maybe a change of leadership is needed in order to prevent this from happening again. And I have no doubt that Ularu would keep my department fully funded. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right?
Yes.
See you in there.
See you in there. Now, may as well get this one out of the way. Hey Genevieve, apologies for the awkwardness in episode 24. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about—
Don't tell me. Masako wants to make sure I'm still on her side after SSNN dropped this media bomb on us?
Well, slightly different message, but basically, yeah. Whose side are you on then?
Well, I was on Masako's until this news dropped. Now that she's been tied to Lucas, buying up Infinity LTD only reinforces the narrative. It's gonna be a hard sell to make this look good.
Yes, I agree. We'd best just forget about them, to be honest.
Exactly. We don't even know what could be hidden in their financial and legal records. The less unknowns, the better.
It wasn't just Infinity I came to talk about, though. There's two more major points I want to discuss.
Well, you have my attention.
Masako shouldn't be making the decisions on Infinity anyway. It should be Ularu.
Now that's a delicate subject. But our competition really is upping their game. If we want to survive the coming onslaught, Ularu would be the logical choice. And what's your second point to consider?
Even though I'm equipped with an internal neuroamp, this tech and any further research on it should be banned.
The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. It's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
Yes, but it's imperative we don't let it fall into the wrong hands. Maybe this will change your mind.
Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative.
Yes.
Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
No, you won't. We will never speak again. And the next board member, Lyndon Calderi.
You're looking interesting today.
Thank you, sir.
You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here.
I have.
Do you think they're worth redemption, and why?
No. Lucas Drexler can get deleted from the game's files for all I care. Like he never even existed.
Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's actions.
Oh.
More in the sense of, should a superior company like Ryujin make room for so many potentially lackluster employees?
No, absolutely not. They've been nothing but a pest this whole questline, and they're clearly a liability.
Next question. What are your thoughts on SSNN's reports that Masako is allegedly connected to Lucas Drexler?
Well, I'd have to see the evidence first.
A good, neutral answer. I find it difficult to believe that our CEO was truthfully involved in such endeavors.
Regardless of whether Masako was involved or not, surely you agree that Ularu would have never let anything like this happen.
Yes, Ularu would be a very capable CEO. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
Yes, I think you should vote with me against the internal neuroamp. It's too chaotic and uncontrollable.
We all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so you make a good point. Our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility is there. It's a risk I am unwilling to take. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Yes, you'd better. And now, to deal with this moody bitch. Hello, ma'am.
Great, the bane of my department. If you need something, make it quick.
I believe our thoughts are aligned on the fact that we should have nothing to do with acquiring Infinity Limited, right?
I've every reason to believe that Infinity LTD is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it would be a hell of a lot of work on your end, wouldn't it?
I mean, I could handle it as well as any other high-profile situation. But the real question is, do I want to? And the answer to that is no.
Is that also your answer if I were to ask you about the internal neuroamp?
Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you use that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
I couldn't agree more. It should be completely banned from the settled systems.
Yeah, I'm with you both. No one else should have this.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako's lucky to have you at her disposal. You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has.
I'm at Ularu's disposal, not Masako's. Ularu is the true leader of this corporation, and you know it too.
You aren't the first person to say that. There's definitely something to be said for Ularu. She's ruthless in ways that Masako isn't, and ruthlessness may be just what we need if we're to stay ahead of the competition, especially after this mess with Infinity. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful. But now, I really do need to get back to my notes.
Fine. And would you mind not changing your mind again? Let's get a briefing of the meeting from Dalton. Hey, Dalton! Dalton? Oh yeah.
Dalton.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting, especially after that bomb SSNN dropped in their last broadcast. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Yes, for some reason Masako thinks I'm going to help her acquire Infinity Limited.
That's because you're the one with the tool to do it. As long as Masako has the internal neuroamp on her side, she can't lose. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
Good, we're on the same page there. This internal neuroamp should never enter the market.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way.
Yes.
Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity LTD, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
Then vote against Infinity. It's what I'll be doing, even with Masako's efforts to sway us the other way.
I hate to agree, but you're right, and I'm sure Masako will understand my reasoning.
Well, my hope is she won't have to understand anything. I plan to help Ularu replace Masako with immediate effect during this meeting.
You would side against her after everything we've been through?
Yes.
I can't shake this feeling that I too have doubts. Perhaps if you present your argument, I might better be able to understand my own thoughts on the matter.
Yes, let me do your thinking for you. Ularu is integral for the long-term survival of this company. There, point made.
I actually believe you. I owe Masako a great debt for my success in life. It pains me to admit you're right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to make sure I'm prepared for this meeting.
Well, you haven't got long. The meeting's starting, now. So, let's get this occasion underway, shall we? This should be rather interesting.
To start this meeting, let me just say that the SSNN allegations are completely false.
And you expect us to just believe that?
If they're false, how did this happen?
I'll be ordering a full investigation, but I have my suspicions, which I'll address once this meeting has concluded. Until then, I'm still CEO, and we'll be moving forward with this meeting to acquire Infinity LTD.
Do you really think we want a potential criminal? One suspected of being the actual mole here, leading a crucial meeting like this? I propose we remove Masako as CEO altogether, and nominate myself to take her place.
I agree. Come on, guys. Ularu is the clear choice.
You can't be serious.
As much as it pains me to say it, I second the motion. My apologies, Masako, but we've failed here. Perhaps new leadership is what's needed moving forward.
Dalton, you can't seriously believe that.
Agreed. I initially believed we could pull through this, but I think a fresh perspective is necessary to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Any arguments against?
Yes, on the fact that I'm innocent and completely capable of doing my job.
Let's leave it up to the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
I had a feeling this would go my way.
Traitors. All of you.
Well, there you have it. And now, since you're no longer a part of this board, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
This isn't over.
Oh, but it is for your tenure as CEO.
To think I had high hopes for you.
Now, Masako. Don't go taking out your shortcomings on our operative here.
Enough with your attitude, Ularu. I don't care what anyone says or what the evidence is. I know you're behind this, and I'll prove it, no matter how long it takes.
Good thing you're going to have plenty of time on your hands, then. Security, why don't you escort Masako to her office? I'm sure law enforcement will be looking for her soon anyway. Now, let's get back to business. I'm sure you all know my feelings on acquiring Infinity LTD. But this is a vote. Any arguments for the acquisition? No arguments for? This bodes well. Arguments against? Besides my own, of course.
There's pretty much no technological benefit here. We've always been ahead of Infinity LTD.
Not to mention how bad it would look if the public believes Masako was involved.
All in favor of acquiring Infinity LTD and being judged by yours truly? Excellent. Not bad for my first meeting. Does anyone have anything else to bring to the table before we break?
Here we go. I think the internal neuroamp needs to be put to the side. Indefinitely.
The internal neuroamp is exactly what ensures Ryujin's success for the next decade or so. What makes you think we'd shelve it?
To put it bluntly, it is the single greatest threat to free will in human history.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Fine. But just know how much it pains me to do this. All in favor of shelving the internal neuroamp?
Aye.
And all against? Fine. Vina, start prepping Project Dominion for deep storage. We'll shelve it for now. But as soon as we can determine proper rules and regulations, we will revisit. I almost hate to ask now, but are there any other matters to bring forth? No? Good. Meeting adjourned.
Well, that went exactly how we planned it. Ryujin is in safe hands now, and it sets things up nicely for the sequel of this game that will definitely never be approved.
You operatives really will wear anything.
Are you taking the piss out of my spandex operative suit? Get the fuck out of here. Go on. So, Ularu, that all worked out rather well for you, didn't it?
Well done. Very well done. No Infinity LTD mess to clean up, and no more Masako as CEO. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin, for me especially.
The pleasure do be mine, your hotness.
I do love the sound of that. It takes guts for someone in your position to go up against the CEO, and Masako never saw it coming.
No, I'm sure she didn't. I hope both of you are happy and got what you wanted out of this charade.
Oh yes, we both did indeed. This is the kind of shit I live for.
I hope that enthusiasm sticks with you for the foreseeable future.
The thing is,
Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I'm sure you'll find it adequate for all you've done. Any questions?
Yes, I found penalizing my actions during missions was quite strict under Masako. What's your policy on missions?
With Masako gone, penalties are a thing of the past. Results are all that matter. Besides, the benefits typically outweigh the cost of any cleanup.
I'm glad you're taking care of your future operatives. I have to leave now. I'm afraid this is farewell.
I'll admit, you helped me pull off a pretty big win. So, if you want to take some time off, I get it. Just don't forget, you still have a job that I expect you to do.
No! I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. You can't keep me here, even with those cheekbones of yours. See that? A level of self-control these simps just don't have. Yes, Astra will be leaving Ryujin Tower forever shortly, but he will check out this brand new tiny office of his, and talk to Sarah for the one conversation he'll ever have in this room. You wanted to talk to me, Sarah?
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all.
Yes, I'm quite impressive.
Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
Well, I am just playing a game with a controller, though corporations like Ryujin do exist in the real world, and it is rather disgusting.
It is disgusting, and I'm pleased you recognized that Ryujin almost made a grievous error in judgment. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing neuroamp technology.
Yes, it would have provided a non-lethal way to force enemies and criminals to stand down, but it was just too dangerous to let anyone that has a full wallet buy one. The negatives heavily outweigh the positives.
Yes, quite.
I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind.
What's watching this series like?
Always a pleasure.
Indeed, always a pleasure. Let's chat to this guy before we leave.
That news about Drexler and Masako is so damning. The man condoned murder for hire and illegal human trials, and our own CEO is the one that put him up to it?
Yes.
I don't believe it one bit. But the settled systems aren't going to forget this anytime soon.
Any other big news you know about?
You mean besides Masako being voted off the board and tied to Drexler's insane crimes?
Yes.
I can't believe Ularu is going to run this place. Let's just hope all our benefits stay intact.
I'm sure they won't. Goodbye. Astra has come back to the lodge, as he and Sarah have been informed that a funeral is ready to be hosted for Andreja. Astra ended up having some drinks at the bar before he'd even realised that Sarah had already begun her eulogy.
Stare into the face of the cost. We owe them the courage to continue our work in their memory.
Thank you, Sarah.
What? Oh, hi Noelle. What the? Noelle? Are you?
I hope this is all okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. It's you that needs to get checked for something, I don't know what. Barrett, you say a few words.
You know, what you're feeling right now is a chemical reaction whose evolutionary goal is promoting social cohesion. Never seems to work for me. No matter how many times I do this, I feel less attached, not more.
Damn, that sounds kinda shit, mate, can't lie.
It's kind of not, by definition.
Oh.
But yeah, I can see your point.
Indeed.
You know?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
What? I don't understand. Would you care so much as to elaborate?
Don't drown.
Yes, I'll try not to drown. Guess I'd best say a few words. That is where I'm going to end this episode. Astra is going to say a few words off camera, and we'll begin next episode heading towards what he thinks will be the final step towards the Unity. However, his grav jump will be intercepted, and he will be transported somewhere very far away. Subscribe to the channel to find out where next episode. And remember, always have fun.